That's a damn lie, and you know it. Hello, everyone. I'm Lorraine. Welcome back to Dream Beyond. So after my divorce, a heartbreaking breakup, raising a son with special needs, it would be easy to think, this is just what it is. Where to go from here? But I'm telling you, I've heard some of the biggest lies from women, and today we're going to set that straight. So first, one of the biggest lies I hear from women is, I'm too old to start over. That couldn't be a bigger joke if you tried. What's too late? What's too late? And so many women say that when they're just in their 40s. And I'm like, really? At 40? You think you're too old to start over, to do something new? What about if you live to 80? Are you going to look back at 80 and go, holy crap, I had 40 years that I could have done something different, and I thought I was too old. 50? Now you got 30 years. Is that still too late? What about even 60? That's still not too late. So I moved to Portugal in my 50s. I was 54 when I got here in Portugal. And I've met women moving here completely solo in their 60s and 70s. Completely solo. So what's your excuse? What are you really too old to do? We got plenty of time left, so why not live every second to the fullest? So that's the big one. We're going to talk about these 3 lies. And if you're sitting on your couch in the evening time, I want you to hit pause. And I want you to go grab your drink of choice. Mine happens to be sangria. So that's something you need to know if you come travel with me. My drink of choice is sangria. So grab your drink. Hit play when you come back. And you're about to have a heart-to-heart with your girlfriend that will hold nothing back. So the second biggest lie that I hear from women all the time is I have to wait till I have it all figured out. Does that day ever really come? No, that doesn't come. You don't have life figured out. You figure it out as you go. And as you heard from my camper story, some of the best moments come from not having it all figured out. You know, you never know what's going to happen, and you cannot plan life down to the second. It just doesn't work that way. So one of the biggest mistakes I say I made is right after my divorce. As I've told y'all before, I've always wanted to live in Europe, but I did not do the research to see what it takes to live in Europe. So I would keep believing the lies that people were putting out there about, oh, Europe's too expensive, I can never do that, you have to have so much money to be able to move there. Again, another lie. It just depends on where you're going. So no matter what you've ever dreamed of, if you've ever dreamed of living abroad, stop taking other people's advice on what it's like to do that. If they haven't done it, they are in no position to give an advice. So start doing your research. What is it you want to do? Do you want to live abroad? If so, where? And then ask yourself, what does it take to get there? And go and find real information, not just somebody else's opinion, not even my opinion. You know, I can move to Portugal, but maybe this is not for you, nor is it where you want. Maybe you want to move to the Caribbean. It's all your choice, but do not take advice from somebody who's not living your dream. That's the biggest mistake. Same with anything, as we know. If it's money, if they're not rich and they're not doing successful, don't take their advice. Do your own research. Educate yourself on what it takes. The next big lie here about moving abroad particularly is, I can't do it alone. Oh yeah, you can. You absolutely can. And there's a whole community of women doing it alone. One of the biggest reasons people pick Portugal, women pick Portugal, is for the safety. It's the 6th safest country in the world. Do you know what the US is? Last time I checked, it was 131. I wonder if it still ranks even that high. So do not think that the U.S. is the only place you can be. It's the place you know, but that doesn't mean it's the only place to be or that it's the safest. There's plenty of other options out there. So you absolutely can do this alone. And the truth of the matter is, you're never alone. There's always a group. You can look on Facebook and find tons of groups about women moving to Portugal, women moving abroad, but even men doing it, veterans. I follow a guy on Instagram who's a veteran that encourages you to use your VA benefits to move abroad and to get out from the rat race of the US and the PTSD. So there's all sorts of resources out there. But again, don't take advice from somebody who's not doing it. Now, I'm not going to be on here trying to walk you through how to do a visa process because everybody's situation is different, and that's not my job. My job is to inspire you to live a bigger life. That's what my purpose and goal is. Because so many people go through life and never do the things they've always dreamed of. And usually one of these three lies is what's holding them back. The funny thing is, when I did divorce in my 40s, I truly thought, oh my God, I will be alone. I will be alone. And that couldn't be so far from the truth unless you choose that path. Truth of the matter is, most of us are getting divorced in our 40s. Kids are grown, they're gone. Now what? You're looking at that partner going, who are you? And so there's plenty of opportunities to date in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. The choice will be yours if you choose to. And that's everybody's right. Whether you choose to date or you choose to go down this path by yourself, you can do whatever you want. There's nobody telling you you can't. And it's time for you to live. It's time for you to live your dreams. You've raised the kids, you've been the spouse. It's time to do whatever you want. I know I've shared with you, I had a boyfriend that was supposed to move with me in this trip, on this adventure, and he decided at the last minute he just couldn't do it. And that's fine, that's up to him. But the one thing I knew for sure was I had to live my dream. It was mine. And if I didn't, I would be so upset with myself that I let this opportunity pass. So, girlfriend, or even fellas, if you're on here, have a drink, put your big girl panties on, and let's start planning the life you've always dreamed of. Because it's out there. You're not too old. It's not too late. You can do it alone. And let's go do it. So if you found this video inspiring, please hit the like button and subscribe. Invite a girlfriend to watch it. Share it with them. There might come a time that you and I meet on a cruise or a trip. I hope so, because if I help inspire you to live bigger, I've done my job. So today's Friday for me here in Portugal. It is an extremely rainy day, but it's also Easter weekend, so lots of opportunities to be out. I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I'll see you next week.